Welcome to the nursing tricks. Basics are the basics and you can't skip the basics. Today we have to discuss about head injury. So let's begin. Here we are discuss about definition, causes, types, clinical manifestation, diagnostic evaluation and management. So let's begin. Definition: any injury to the scalp, skull, or brain includes alteration in consciousness. Head injury leads to hematoma formation, means accumulation of blood. Second, increase ICP, intracranial pressure. In this injury involve brain also. Third is meningitis. There is an inflammation of meninges. There are three layers of meninges: pia mater, actinoid mater, and dura mater. Fourth is encephalitis, is the inflammation of brain. Then fifth is alternation of behavior. Sixth is seizures, any disturbance in the electability of brain. Seventh is epilepsy, is the recurrent episodes of seizures is called epilepsy, called chronic seizure. Next is causes. First is road traffic accident. This is the most common cause. Second is blunt trauma. Third is fall from height or in depth. Fourth is gunshot injury. We move to types. There is two types: open head injury and closed head injury. First of all, open head injury. The open wound will appear on the head. It is of two types: laceration and fracture. First is laceration. It is a superficial injury of brain. Second is fracture. Fracture having four types. First is linear fracture. In this, only line is present and bony parts are not separated. Second is depressed fracture. In this fracture, the bone is broken down and some particles of bone are depressed on the brain. Compound fracture. It is an open fracture. In this fracture, the bone parts are visible outside. Fourth is communicated fracture. In this fracture, crush injury occurs and the bone is divided into many small particles. Closed head injury. In this type, open wound is not present but the internal injury occur. Then types. First is concussion. It is a minor injury. Only the jarring of brain occurs. The level of consciousness may be altered. Neurons are not damaged, so permanent symptoms will not appear. Second is contusion. It is a major injury. The consciousness may be altered or lost. Neurons are damaged, so the permanent symptoms will appear. Symptoms depends on the location of neural damage. Third is hematoma. Blood is accumulation in the tissues. In these types, four types in this. First is epidural hematoma. This is the most dangerous types of hematoma because it occurs due to arterial rupture. Second is subdural hematoma. In this, there is a blood collection in the dura and arachnoid space. Third is subarachnoid hematoma. And fourth is intracerebral hematoma. It occurs by venous rupture. So these are the four types of hematoma. Then we move to clinical manifestations. First is persistent and localized pain at fractured site. Second is swelling at fractured site. Third is increased ICP, involves skull and brain injury. Next is fracture at base of skull. In this case, the hemorrhage occurs through ear, around the eye, pharynx and nose. There is a specific sign which is first is raccoon eyes. In this, dark circles around the eye. Next is CSF rhinorrhea, which is fluid drain out from nose. It's CSF. Next is is CSF autoria. In this case, any discharge from the ear seen, which is CSF. Next is Bettel sign, which is ecchymosis on mastoid process. Ecchymosis means bluish discoloration, bleeding under the skin. Next is hemotympanum, which is presence of blood in the middle ear, which is presence behind the eardrum. Next is bump, the protected portion of skin that results from injury. Next symptoms is systemic hypertension in case of gunshot injury. Then we move to diagnostic evaluation. First is history collection and physical examination. Second is skull X-ray is the most important investigation. Then CT scan. Then we have to check the GCS, Glasgow Coma Scale, in case of brain injury. Next is Hellering sign. In this case, we have to check with the Gillespie's otorrhea and rhinorrhea, which is discharged from the nose and ear, where we have checked the CSF presence. Next is beta transferrin test, which is confirmatory test that the CSF present in blood, mucus and tear. It is a specific marker. We move to management. If wound present in scalp, sterile clean dressing. Medical management. If wound present, then antibiotics prevent infection, then anti-inflammatory drugs, then analgesics, anticonvulsants, it's phenytoin to prevent seizures. Then we move to surgical management. Burr hole surgery. It's a treatment of subdural hematoma. In this, craniotomy occur. Surgical removal of cranium bone. In this, bone flap which is put into the abdominal cavity. It's used to reduce ICP, intracranial pressure. We move to nursing management. Then head of the bed elevated 30°. Oxygen administration. Avoid morphine sulfate. Avoid sneezing, coughing, vomiting and neck hip flexion. Maintain PaCO2 level, it's 30 in 32 between. Sectioning never more than 10 seconds. Intake initially 1000 ml. Hope you understand the video. Thanks for watching.